What's up, everyone? Arctic here, and today is Thursday, 8 a.m., another motivational morning. I am very, very pumped up today because I'm doing a couple things different. First off, you guys see that there is no gameplay on this episode. Absolutely none. And the reason for that is because there's a few comments, not even a whole lot, just too many for my taste, that were talking about the gameplay, talking about the quality of the video. Hey, this isn't 720p. Hey, this isn't a game that I want to play. And for me, Motivational Morning is not about the gameplay. It's not about the quality of the game even. It's not about being at 360p or 720p. It's about the message in the video. Message that I want to portray. Today's message happens to be on screen, which is the only thing that you see. Failure is success. This is kind of paradoxical, very abstract thinking here. But this is a mentality that I maintain. I think a lot of you guys can understand it enough. But basically, I don't give up. You literally have to beat me down until I cannot move. I'm either dead or cannot move, hospitalized, whatever the case may be. I will keep coming. I will keep trying my absolute best to figure out the ways to get around or just completely knock over whatever is obstructing my way to my goals. I'm going to talk about this for YouTubers specifically because that's what I get a lot of questions on. Hey, how do I get more views? Hey, how do I get more subscribers? Hey, how do I improve my videos? The only one I think that really matters, and those three, and not to say that they all don't matter for people wondering, but how do I improve my videos? Because that is what I have kind of latched onto as my goal. I want to be the absolute best at what I'm doing on YouTube. That means quality, that means content that I'm talking about contextually, that means people being understand, that means interaction, complete package, utter destruction of everyone else competing against me in this. And that's kind of how I kind of look at things, is competition. And so the idea of failing for me in a YouTube sense has never been something that has been a number, a numerical number. I've never looked at views. Never looked at subscriber count. And I could celebrate subscriber count, don't get me wrong, but I've never looked at it and been like, yep, I've achieved this number. That's what I wanted. That is my goal. Yes, I'm done. No, that's not been me. It's always been, is my video that I am putting out today better than this guy who does the exact same thing, or this guy that does something a little bit different, but it can be categorized as the same? Is my video better than them? And I am in constant evaluation of that. I guess you almost can't even quantify improvement versus someone else, right? It's very subjective. So that as a goal has always been the driving force behind me wanting to improve and be on YouTube. In addition to obviously talking about games, gaming culture, all that stuff is very important, but my goal is just to be better at this because I am passionate about it than anyone else. And that has been, the driving force. So how do I get more views? There's a bunch of different things that you can really, work on. Keywords, interaction, timing your videos, quality, all that stuff is really important. But what is that? Is the goal actually the number? Because you can quantify that. You can say I'm at 1 million. You can get kind of complacent with that. I hit 1,000. I had 1,000 comments on that. You can quantify that number. You're like, oh yeah, that's pretty good compared to everyone else. But is the quality of your work better than everyone else? Is what you're doing better than everyone else? So here's my story for you guys. When I first started off with YouTube in terms of trying to expand my channel, and which was in about 2010, I believe, so about 3 years ago, 3 years ago, I decided I wanted to do reviews for gaming peripherals because at the time, there were people that seemed to only be focused on tech. So there were tech reviewers doing gaming peripheral reviews wrapped up all into one. And I didn't feel like they presented information from a gamer standpoint that I wanted to hear. Right? It'd be like numbers, you're reading off numbers. Well, how does this actually perform in game? Am I hearing footsteps above me, behind me? Is it getting too close before I have to turn around and react? And for shooters specifically. And so those were questions I would ask myself whenever I was like, I wonder if I want this headset. And I'd look at a review and be like, man, that wasn't very good. That's what the information that I wanted to hear. And so my goal at that point was to be better than those guys, right? And as I started producing those videos, obviously I'm very analytical and critical of my own work, but what really helped was seeing subscribers and non-subscribers comment on my videos with questions or concerns or criticism on my videos, and I used that as a way to signify that I had failed to project and convey the information that they needed. Hey, this headset, does it work with PC? Oh, I thought I covered that. That'd be me. I thought I covered that. Hey, does this headset, does it feel comfortable? Oh man, I thought I covered that. I guess I didn't actually portray that information correctly. So each time I would get some of those comments, I kind of looked at it like, man, I'm not anywhere near where I need to be. And some people comment on the quality of the video. And so, I'd started to invest more of my own personal money to make sure that those would not be issues, because I wanted to continue to improve. And each of those things that people kind of commented on and had criticisms about, I viewed those as failing them specifically as a viewer, because it did not meet the expectation they had when they searched whatever on YouTube or saw my video and wanted to click on it and listen to it and said, I didn't get it. That is failure to me. So I've always used feedback that I've gotten from other people to signify, at least on YouTube anyway, whether or not I was maintaining and on course for my goal of constant improvement and being better than everyone else. Now, what happens, this is kind of the converse side of, not to say that numbers aren't important, but this is my mentality behind thinking that putting a numerical value on your goal, view count, subscriber count, isn't necessarily the best thing. It can be good. It can be a great driving force, but victory defeats people. That's kind of crazy. Think about it. It's kind of abstract. Victory defeats people. It is the success behind victory can make it so that you do not have the will to continue on to be the absolute best. And you see it all the time on YouTube, right? People with 1 million subs, 2 million subs, 100,000 subs, 200,000 subs get complacent. They're not interacting as much. Maybe the quality of their work isn't as good. Maybe instead of creating videos for 3 hours, they're doing a live stream and clipping that and then exporting it to YouTube because that's easier, because that's the efficient way to do things. They can't maintain both. They don't want to maintain both because that's not, that takes too much effort. I'm going to take the easy street. So victory can have a negative effect on your psyche as you evaluate whether or not you're actually failing or succeeding. So if you succeed, you think, oh, I'm at the top. You're not trying to constantly improve. I mean, some people, that's just not enough. You want more, understandable. But for other people, that can be very detrimental. So again, this is kind of an abstract one. Wanted to kind of elaborate on my mentality as failure being success. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And do not let your success defeat you. Later.